This is the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief, keeping you informed about the happenings in Annapolis and the area. Local news, local sports, local events, local opinion, and of course, local weather. The Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief starts now.
Good morning. It's Thursday, November 14th, 2019. This is John Frenaye, and this is your Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. I'm getting tired of reporting these, but more racism in a county public schools, and it does need to stop. 4 students at Northeast High School in Pasadena were involved in the creation and distribution of a hate bias video, which was posted online and quickly spread around the school community. To their credit, the school reacted very quickly and identified the students involved, and Principal Jason Williams said that the speed in which the students were identified was only possible because 2 other students reported it immediately to the school's safety resource officer. According to the letter that was posted to the school's website, which is also available on eyeonannapolis.net, the students involved will be disciplined in accordance with the Code of Student Conduct. Again, this stuff needs to stop. Just before midnight on Tuesday in Annapolis, a fast food delivery driver was making a delivery in the 100 block of West Washington Street. He was approached by a male suspect wearing a black mask. That suspect pointed a handgun at the driver, while another man, also wearing a black mask, acted as a lookout. The 2 suspects took the money and the food and fled the area on foot, and the Annapolis Police Department was able to determine that they were holed up in the 300 block of Bloomsbury Square, which is a HACA community. Detectives obtained a search warrant, and they did find the food that was stolen during the robbery, as well as a handgun and ammunition. As a result of that, 1 adult male suspect was arrested, and he was pending charges, the last we heard. Yesterday morning, Anne Arundel County State's Attorney Ann Colt-Litis announced that James Robert of Severn was convicted by a jury of sex abuse of a minor, 7 counts of rape, and lesser offenses. This stems from back in November of 2018 when the Anne Arundel County Police Department got a tip and went for a well-check visit to an address in Severn. They interviewed the survivor, who revealed that the defendant had raped her on 4 separate occasions and also threatened to kill her. Robert was arrested at that time. He is scheduled to be sentenced on January 29th of 2020. And a unique thing about this case is this is the first time in the state of Maryland where there was a comfort dog present in the courtroom while the victim was testifying. And in a statement, Ann Colt-Litis said, "Testifying in court can be an extremely traumatizing for survivors of sexual assault, especially for a child. In this case, the use of a comfort dog provided the survivor with a sense of safety as she recounted the horrific details about the abuse she suffered." Kind of neat that we have those kind of resources available to us. I don't have a lot of information on this one, but last night at about 6:30 p.m., a 2-alarm fire broke out at 7514 Ritchie Highway in Glen Burnie, and that is the Fontaine Bleu restaurant, which has recently just been sold. Crews arrived, they found heavy fire in the boiler room of the 2-story commercial building, and at this point it is unknown how much damage was caused. It looks like Frederick County may be jumping on the bandwagon that Queen Anne's County got started a little bit ago, and they're trying to ban the intentional release of balloons. A councilman has proposed that a $250 fine could be imposed on anyone who releases or organizes the release of balloons that aren't biodegradable or photodegradable. Back in August, Queen Anne's County became Maryland's first county to ban the release of non-biodegradable balloons. I still suspect that Anne Arundel County may be jumping on this bandwagon pretty soon as well. Hey, if you've got a few moments today, check out the Maryland Crabs podcast. We just did a great episode. We released it yesterday with T. Adams and Kevin Smith, and these 2 people are putting on an open mic at Maryland Hall. It's going to be a tribute to the 90s rhythm and blues, and it's going to be hosted by Teo Soprano from Drew Hill. But the big thing they've worked on is an original musical that's going to be presented at Maryland Hall in a free performance on January 15th, which is Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. The name of the musical is The Other Side of King, a musical, and it's a story about the other side of King. Not the one that you saw on stage, but the man at home, the man at the barbershop, and the man at church. We spoke with both of them, got some insight as to what to expect, and put those 2 dates on your calendar, November 21st and January 15th. It is Thursday, so you want to hang tight because we do have Trevor with your Annapolis Makerspace Maker Minutes coming up, and we also have George Young with your local DMV weather forecast, and it's a cold one. So hang tight. That's all coming up in just 1 minute.
When a ring from the United States Naval Academy comes into Zacharys for a center stone, it always makes us wonder, where's this one going? Where's this one been? A nuclear sub in the North Atlantic? A carrier deck in the South Pacific? The moon? 52 astronauts are Academy graduates, from Iwo Jima to Okinawa, Corregidor to the Coral Sea, Midway to the Persian Gulf, Congress to the White House. These rings go where America goes. 73 that went to war were awarded the Medal of Honor. But wherever they go, wherever they may serve, our admiration goes with them.
Zacharys. Online at zacharysjewelers.com. More than a jewelry store, a jeweler.
Going out? You need the most up-to-date local weather. Here's George Young from DMV Weather in Annapolis with today's forecast.
Hey everyone, this is George with DMV Weather, and this is your Eye on Annapolis forecast for Thursday, November 14th. Yesterday was outright cold for any month of the year, with lows in the 20s across Anne Arundel County and highs only in the mid to upper 30s. And today will only be marginally better after this morning's teens and 20s climb up into the 44 to 51 degree range for highs, still some 5 to 10 plus degrees below average for the date. And while tomorrow we'll see another small bump up in temps into the 51 to 56 degree range across the county for high temps, the weekend, while sunny, will be back into the low to mid 40s for highs for most areas in the region. So definitely keep your plans to get out and about, but keep the coats and hats ready for action and maybe mix in some indoor activities and even some pre-Thanksgiving shopping, as the big holiday will be less than 2 weeks away by the time this weekend rolls around. Okay, that's it for today. This is George Young of DMV Weather. Make it a great day out there, and be sure to get our free app on all of your devices by searching for DCMD VA Weather in the Apple or Google app stores, and also follow us on Facebook and Twitter and on our website at dmvweather.com so you can always stay weather informed.
Have you ever been to the Annapolis Mall when it opens for the day? Maybe you've noticed the line of folks waiting to get into the Apple Store. As you may know, I'm a Mac user, and today's episode of the Daily News Brief, in fact, all of the episodes of the Daily News Brief have been produced right here on my Mac computer. What you might not know about is MacMetics. They were founded here in Annapolis in 1989, and they are an Apple-authorized premium service provider, the only one in the Baltimore-Annapolis, D.C. area. And what that means to you is that they repair all Apple devices, including the iPhone screens and batteries, all without an appointment. And most repairs are done the same day, usually within 2 hours. They also sell everything except the iPhone and the watch for the same price as Apple. I don't know why you would go anywhere else. Give them a call at 410-757-MACS, or if you're not into the whole letter thing, 410-757-6227. Stop by their retail store in Severna Park on Benfield Road, or their service center in Lanham, right off of Route 50. Or you can always check them out online at MacMetics.com. I'll tell you, they've saved me quite a few times, and I know they can save you.
Every week, makers, crafters, and educators hold events all over the area. Highlighting some of those, here's our Maker's Minute, brought to you by Annapolis Makerspace.
Hey, this is Trevor with Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes. Tomorrow through the 1st of January, Anne-Marie Sculpture Gardens down in Solomons is having their ornament show and sale, featuring a great selection of handmade ornaments crafted by regional artists. If you want to double up on the fun and make the trip down south worth it, you might wait until the 29th when the Anne-Marie Garden and Lights starts. It's really an underrated gem worth the drive. On Saturday at the Chesapeake Arts Center, they're doing a Makerspace family workshop, Squawking Turkey. Make a little talking turkey to announce when dinner's ready. On Wednesday at the Ray of Light Studios in Annapolis, they're doing an alcohol ink and collage class. Work with alcohol ink and collage while learning color and design. On Tuesday at Maggiano's Little Italy at Annapolis Mall, they're doing a paint and sip workshop. This is their first paint night, and you can enjoy a glass of wine and some of Maggiano's signature appetizers as they guide you through a painting step by step. Everything you need is provided. This week at Art Farm, today is their final after-school stop-motion animation class for kids ages 10 through 15. Later tonight is their November Photo Society of Maryland, Virginia, and D.C. meetup for adults. This is a monthly meetup group for photographers, beginners to professionals. Tomorrow is their Fall Kids Art Show. Celebrate all the great work the students did during the fall semester at Art Farm. And on Monday, you can join reps from the Greater Baltimore Cultural Alliance to learn about the Free Baker Artist Portfolios and Associated Awareness Program. This 90-minute info session covers the Baker program, and technical instructions on how to navigate their website, as well as tips and pointers to creating a strong Baker portfolio. The Baker Artist Portfolios were created to support artists and promote the greater Baltimore creative community and cover all disciplines. Sunday at Maryland Hall, check out Space Travel, Apollo and Beyond, presented by Historic Annapolis, Maryland Hall, and a collaboration with the Smithsonian affiliates. Celebrate the 50th anniversary of the first lunar landing with a lecture and panel discussion. Guests include Dr. Valerie Neal, Curator Emerita for the National Air and Space Museum, several experts, all Naval Academy graduates, as well as former astronauts Dr. Kenneth Reitler and Captain Robert L. Kirby, Jr., as well as current astronaut candidate U.S. Navy Lieutenant Kayla Barron. This week at the Anne Arundel County Public Library System, there's a whole lot of stuff going on Saturday. First at Eastport Annapolis Neck, there's Build and Play with Legos. There's also Build and Play with Legos in Odenton as well. Then on Mountain Road, there's Minecraft, building with friends in a combined creative survival mode in Minecraft EDU multiplayer server. Then at Deal, there's Coding with Cubeto, Ozobots, and more through hands-on activities for elementary school students. And finally on Saturday in Severna Park, they're calling all Minecraft rookies. If you've never gotten into Minecraft and want to learn the basics, this is a great one to check out. Then on Wednesday at the Severn Library is Lego Brick Challenge. See how quickly you can build the challenge. And also on Wednesday at Button Crofton is their holiday 3D print design. Learn how to use Cookie Caster, a free online program, to create your own original cookie cutters for the holidays. And finally at Annapolis Makerspace this week, on Saturday we're having our big open house and fall party. Go on by, check out the shop, meet some of our members, and enjoy some refreshments. And while you're there, we'll have some kids and adult advent calendar trees for sale. The kids ones hold Kinder Joy eggs, and the adult ones can hold either mini wine bottles or beer bottles, or a mix of both. We're selling these trees as a little mini fundraiser for the shop, but we know you'll have a lot of fun with them as well. On Tuesday is our monthly CAD, CAM, and CNC with Autodesk Fusion 360 workshop, and as always, Wednesdays is our woodworking open night, and Thursdays is our electronics open night. And you can catch me most Thursday nights at Annapolis Makerspace on Renard Court for electronics night, and you can find links to all of these events at the Annapolis Makerspace website at makeannapolis.org. And whether you're making art, software, sawdust, or just a mess, chances are you're already a maker. This has been Trevor from Annapolis Makerspace with this week's Maker Minutes.
Here's to the teacher who spends her weekend helping children who need a little extra attention. To the soldier who missed the birth of his baby while serving overseas. To the EMT working full-time and taking night classes. To the police officers and firefighters working long hours away from their families to keep our families safe. Here's to you, our hometown heroes. I'm Alan Hyatt, Chairman and President of Severn Bank, and we know there are many heroes among us, men and women who serve without expecting anything in return, which is why we're honored to offer our Hometown Heroes program to educators, law enforcement officers, firefighters, first responders, healthcare workers, and military personnel. Whether you're opening a checking account or buying a new home, we're here to give back to you. Learn more about our Hometown Heroes program at severnbank.com. Severn Bank, here with you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You've been listening to the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. Tell your friends and colleagues this is the podcast where you can keep up on the latest with what's going on in Annapolis. And also tell them about our website, eyeonannapolis.net, where you can find even more information. This podcast comes to you every Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., keeping you informed with the Eye on Annapolis Daily News Brief. And take a moment to listen to our other podcast, The Maryland Crabs, released every Thursday at noon.